Holla ballers! Welcome back to the Race to World First. Goddamn, man, I'm on the wrong time zone. I wanted to do daily updates, but every time I've recorded a video in the morning, something has happened literally minutes later that has skewed it up, and I'm streaming at that time, so we've had to do it again. But it's just happened now. I actually held off. It's about 9:30 here in Germany right now, and Liquid just killed the Silken Court. Oh boy, what a kill for them. That was awesome. They got it together. They locked in. They absolutely nailed it. I was so happy for them. They looked like they deserved it. They were pushing. They were pushing to get that done. And I was having breakfast with some of the Echo guys this morning. They were like, we're chilling. We're good. We're good. I think there's going to be a bit of pressure on them now. Although the vibe here is, how do I describe it? Really jovial and relaxed and happy. It's kind of weird. A little bit weird because they've been here for over 2 weeks now, 2.5 weeks. I've only been here for like a week and a half because obviously they came for Heroic Split Week and stuff. And they're still really chilling. They're not stressed or wound up despite the fact that access to the last boss has been done. Obviously, I haven't spoke to them since Liquid killed it, and I'm sure they know. But they're still sticking to their game plan. They're still really comfy. They're very happy with what they're doing. They played really super well on Nexus Princess and got that down. I think probably the big conversation I'm seeing across the whole spectrum of WoW raiders right now is just how difficult this raid is and how inaccessible. There's going to be a real talk after this race about how do we balance this for the race to World First to not be a complete clown fiesta and just die away if it's too easy. It's not only a huge event for Blizzard itself, so there's an incentive there to make the Race to World First good, but there's also a huge place for people who've left the game to come back to the race and see how it is and find out how it's going and get invested in WoW again. It's just a win-win-win for most people, but that shouldn't really negatively affect everybody else, and this time it has. And I think one of the main culprits is the raid is just probably 1 or 2 bosses too short for the ideal scenario. So what's happening? Because some of you won't even, if you're doing normal and heroic, then this isn't going to be a thing for you at all. But there's still, tens of thousands of mythic raiding guilds, and what they did was make an enormous jump that was too severe. Is what we take away from this is, the first 4 bosses were really kind of easy. They needed some preparation and some gear, and they weren't free by any means, but like relatively speaking, they were pretty simple bosses. And then you got to boss 5 and 6, which would be Brood Twister and Nexus Princess. And they were a leap off a cliff in terms of difficulty. And what we've heard, certainly from people we know, who were even raiding in the top 100 scene, is that they just didn't even bother. They didn't bother even really doing much with Brood Twister. Like, they did some learning pulls, sure, to get a grip of it, but the fact of the matter is their damage is so low comparatively to being able to... Because the problem is, of course, these guilds were able to field just ridiculous comps. So like 5 Frost DKs or 5 Death Knights and then 4 Evokers, and then they would go to the next boss, and it's like, okay, well, this is like 4 Arcane Mages now and stuff like that. And like most guilds just do not have the capability of doing that, and then playing at like an absolutely, all 20 players playing at an absolutely ludicrously high level. And so if you haven't got the damage to like kill all the ads on Brood Twister, right, in a nice way, you're not going to get too far, right? You can see the spawn points and you can manage it a little bit, but you're not going to be able to just cope by producing tens of millions of AoE DPS constantly. You just can't do that with a sort of more generalized setup. So guilds are doing pretty well, but they're feeling hard stuck, and now they're going to nerf it, but it was too much of a leap. I think if you do 10 bosses, you can do what they did in Yggdrasil, which I think didn't really lead to this problem until Tindral for a lot of guilds, is that they had like Smolderon as like the week 1 end boss for non-Race to World First guilds. It was a meaty, healthy boss to chunk into, but not even close to impossible. Didn't need the perfect composition or anything like that. Was much more flexible and lenient. And then, of course, if you were a Race to World First guild, you overcame Smolderon pretty quickly. And we're on to Tindral, which was like the Race to World First bosses, right? This was the ones that they could really challenge the World First guilds and give everybody a good show and a good entertaining show and really challenge the guilds and make it the biggest Race to World First ever. I know people get really salty about this stuff, but ultimately it is like a huge event. It's a huge event that's never going to be perfect, but I do think it shouldn't be such a hamstring to a lot of guilds who are looking forward to their raid week and coming into it And then they're like, oh, okay, I guess we just don't raid properly for the rest of the week. Like, that's not fun by any means. That's not fun. So it'll be interesting to see what the fallout is from this. I like the idea that there's like a week 1 mythic raid boss that's tuned for with a bit of flexibility, and then they have a couple of 2 or 3 bosses that are really the race to world first bosses, because we're seeing phenomenal things, right? This race is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous, with how hard it is, the precision needed, the planning needed, the comp swips, all this. And the guilds in the race to world first scene are rising to that occasion, right? They're overcoming these challenges, and as we've seen, Queen Ansarek is now available, Liquid's there, and hopefully Echo will be there relatively soon. The guys are actually doing M+ right now. They're getting their chores and things out of the way for the weekly reset, because that's happening for us in the morning. And they want to get that done so that they can be on Silken Court for the remainder of the day. So it's been a good vibe, really good vibe here. And my concern now, a little bit, and it isn't for the players. I think the players are steeled for this stuff. It's talking about like the general vibe, production and casters and things like that. Is they've been here a long time. I'm kind of offering myself, so stream's been a bit disruptive, but I am offering myself where I can to fill some gaps, because the guys have been casting for 2.5 weeks now, right? Which is getting up to like Sepulchre times, and don't want them burning out, especially as we're hitting the last boss. I don't think they will, but it's something we're just being mindful of after Sepulchre, where we were all like burned, like hard burned after 3 weeks. And of course, their first week was doing Heroic and Delves, casting that and trying to put on a show. But alternative to that, the show's been fantastic. Been really happy. So some fantastic feedback from everybody who's been enjoying it. Viewership is phenomenal. Really good. It's kind of interesting that I saw Bex pointed out in some comments, is like, there's not even 10,000 people watching the Race to World First. I don't know what you're watching, but I think maybe they're watching YouTube, like the secondary YouTube stream, and not on Twitch, where it's like been #1 in the Twitch category now for the last few days at least, and it's only rising now. We're reaching the finale of the race. The big fear, of course, is that we're still going to be here for another week. There's a lot of talk here about maybe some of us have to go to a different hotel because the hotel was booked to a certain date when the race probably estimated should have been over, but it might go a bit longer. I don't think Ansarek, haven't seen it yet. We don't even know what it does. I don't think Ansarek is going to be like 6 days of prog, which it would need to be, I think, to really cause some logistical issues for us. Not for the players. The players are guaranteed to stay where they are to keep them comfortable, but the casters might move to a hotel that's like 5 minutes away. It's like not a big deal. So I don't think that's going to be the case, that they've put like, a 700 puller at the end. They might have done, but I don't think so. With the level all guilds are playing and the challenges they've overcome so far, if you look at the combination of different challenges and walls and mountains they've climbed with Brood Twister, Nexus Princess, and Silken Court, they've been asked to do things that would have made end bosses cry just a few years ago already, and overcome those challenges. Ansarek either is the devil, the absolute devil, or they're going to be pretty fine, because they're all in a groove of just consistently doing really hard things. My feeling here, and I'm going to show you where we are, you can have a look at it here, is that this is a race to be reckoned with. So I know many of you have been asking, so I'm going to do that now. I'm going to give you a little mini tour of where we are and what it looks like, but as we're in the finale and closing stages, I'll try to do my best in endeavor to give you daily updates on what's happening. And fingers crossed, today the game plan here is I'm casting in a little under 2 hours. Echo needs to kill the Silken Court, and pretty quickly. If they want to gain some advantage, they kind of probably want to get to Ansarek pretty early. The thing is, this is our gut feeling on it, and I think this is accurate. The weirdness that we don't know about with Ansarek is in Phase 3. Very unlikely that you're going to hit Phase 3 with what remains of today. I'd be surprised if Liquid could do that, because that would mean Phase 1 and Phase 2 must be like easy, in which case Echo would do it anyway. So best case scenario is that Echo kills the Silken Court relatively quickly by dinner time, giving them a few hours to mess around with Ansarek. Obviously, they're not going to stream that. That's guaranteed. And maybe get to see Phase 3 once, just to get an idea of what the hell is happening there. But that was going to be really hard, I think. That's going to be almost an impossibility. Liquid have just killed it, but I know it's gone midnight there, so they're probably going to do a couple of YOLO pulls and just take the confidence and the morale boost is that they killed the Silken Court. They can probably re-clear really quickly. There's a much bigger confidence in killing a boss you've already killed, and take that. What they might do, I think would be a wise choice, but they're probably not, is let the raiders go to sleep and then Maybe try and do some YOLO pulls and just mess around with some characters that aren't part of the raid team, just to get a feel for it, throw some ideas, some positioning ideas around, stuff like that. Who knows what they're going to do? I'd love to find out after the race of what they're going to do with this limited time they have access to Ansarek, but they need to sleep because their reset is coming. So it's all to play for. Anyway, here's a tour of everything.
Behold, hotel where I'm staying in Cologne. Behold, magenta facility for SK Gaming.
Right there. This is where we go in. Check it out, duties.
And right in there, on the... I don't know if you can see it. Let me put some shade. You can see the race to world first. Yay! And Julia's cooking us some lunch. So, full disclosure, I filmed this on day one. It was really cool. I had these shots with the suitcases and all that, and did not turn on the audio on this camera. So now, we're going in.
Beep. Darkness. Light. Yes, this is where we are. You guys, okay, I will show you guys my setup when I'm at the Race to World first, because you guys probably want to see it. But first of all, you know, I don't know how to move these blinds. I actually have no idea how that's done. But there's a pit. There's a pit outside. There's a button here somewhere, but whatever. I'd keep the blinds closed. All right. So my setup at the Race to World first is always the same. I've done this loads of times. So this is how I run it. I don't care if you don't like it. This is how I do it. It makes sense to me, all right? I keep spare t-shirts on the top shelf if I have one. Underwear. Gym stuff. Hoodies. Jeans. Little table by the bed for iPad and phone charger, right? Suitcase goes in the corner, dirty washing bag on top. Laptop on a stool, HDMI lead so I could do work and stuff. Drink that I may want, protein bar, protein shaker cup, Fanta for treats, Red Bull energy drink should I be tired and need to go and cast. I try and find somewhere for my shoes, shirts that are a bit higher quality, and then, you know, deodorant and stuff like that. And then bathroom, I guess you want to see it. This is awesome. Check this out. I've got like a mega shower. Pretty awesome, right? It's like the whole room is my shower. It's a bit of a pissant head, but like it still works. And then, you know, various things, toothpaste, razor, blah, 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 blah. But that's it. Honestly, this is one of the better rooms that we've ever had for the Race to World first. This hotel is really, really nice. It has this bizarre arty-farty thing on the wall. But overall, this is the biggest complaint I've heard from people, is that it's the twin bed with the gap in the middle. This is where I have baller training, because I've had 2 children now who have been babies, who have slept in our bed. When I lie in a place, I never move. I have never been on this side of the bed. And interestingly enough, they remake it every time, despite the fact it's never moved. And these are fresh towels for if you have a companion, which I don't. And I checked, I put something in between these here to see if they were changing the towels, and they do. Even though they're clearly still folded from the last time they were here. So there you go, degenerates. That's how I live at the Race to World first. I'm 8 days in right now, so now I'll take you through the facility, all right? I'm going to take you to the most important room that I know you're all really excited about. It's the gym. This is inside SK Magenta's facility. It's so good. Look, they got the big SK logo up there. They've got a custom deadlift. Ooh, yeah, the squat rack is popping. It's fine. This is totally usable for us while we're here. They've got like a bunch of dumbbells. We've got some nice machines. We've got a bench press, that'll do. It's got some quirks to it. They give us massage chairs. I don't think anybody has used them yet. The most important thing, at least for the tech team, is the ping pong table located next to the treadmill, which can be annoying because I've gone full dad mode. Literally, right? The tech team has the most annoying job in the world. They can't do stuff usually until the players go to bed. So they stay up all night. But they're here during the day and they just like play table tennis every couple of hours and then they go and do bits of tech stuff and then they come back and then they're up all night. We always come in and they're asleep at their desk, which is a rough way to be, especially when the race goes like 3 weeks. Like we're 2.5 weeks in as I'm recording this, but this is the most important part. Wow. You guys mind if I show the food? Check this out. This is every day. Julia's making this for lunch
Oh my God, what are you making us?
It's roast chicken salad, roast veggies, and I did a beetroot and thyme dressing to go with it.
You can't wait till we're gone, can you? We're gone on Saturday, I think.
I was actually really proud of this.
This is beautiful.
Yeah,
this is beautiful.
Good.
Every day, we have never eaten this well at the Race to World First ever. Like usually it's burgers and stuff. But they have the show on. That's what you saw through the... they're actually... Oh, they're doing Silken Court. Yay! Liquid killed it this morning as I'm... Okay, you can't hear me. Liquid killed it this morning about 9 a.m. When I got here, I went to the gym at 5, came back, I let the guys in, and then when I came back, I watched Liquid kill it. But seating area, so we only have these tables to eat lunch on. Obviously 31 people are here, so the players get them, and casters, this is us over here. All right, so that's good stuff. These are the ginger shots. Julia promises they're worthwhile.
They're pink grapefruit and rhubarb today.
And very spicy.
Yes, they're getting spicier now that the
No, no more.
Yes.
No. Oh, sorry, I'm recording, Grim. Get out of my way. There's the tech team who sleep at their desk all the time. Fucking nerds. All right, we'll go in the lift. I want to be clear on this. I never take the lift. They just happen to have come out of it, so of course I'm going to take it. So we'll go up to the facility. I like this place a lot. I hope Echo can come back here because studio-wise it's the same as everywhere, but these facilities are so good. Like that food, how can you not be amazed? All right, we have to be... Okay, shh. Gaming is happening. All right, so not only do they make breakfast, lunch, and dinner for us, that's lunch, by the way. We're having dinner later. This is our mini kitchen, which is on our floor, where they provide... I don't know what this is. This is corn and garlic. This is mystery. This was all bread. Everyone's just taken the bread, full gamer mode. But this is where they provide all the snacks. The protein bars are back. Okay, I want to point this out, right? So, I obviously enjoy a protein bar. Roger's been buying us all protein bars. There's a lot of bodybuilders and stuff here, right? I've had 2. And Roger actually came and complained to me because I think everybody saw me eating one and then just assumed I'd eaten all of them because they come in like packs of 12s, right? Which means somebody ate like 22 of them and I got the blame. I got the blame for it. But here's all the drinks. These are all ready for the guys. And we got a little Red Bull fridge and we have this fridge as well, which is full of stuff. Now, this room here, we're not allowed in. This room is for the Valorant team, I think, or the FIFA team. This is SK's facility. So we're not allowed in that one. That one's locked up. But here is the caster room. See, Medic and Alex are gaming. Jordan, Nagura, Jeeth. But Nagura and Jeeth are casting right now. And then we've got another room down here, which I think we can use if we want to, but right now it's the storage room for everything, because we don't need it. If they do want to bring more players, Echo runs a system of like who wants to go. We'll try and fit as many people in as possible. There's more space should we need it for another time, right? This is my room. Okay, so if you don't know, they lock me in. Here's my space. This is what I have. Decorated with baked beans, but I'm too loud. So while every other caster is allowed to go into that room there, I'm in here, and I want it that way. This is actually part of my agreement to be here, is give me a separate space. I can be as loud as I want. I can do my stream as I want to do it, which often involves being a big loudy boy, right? But regularly, if I've left the door open because it's warm, somebody from the players will come and lock the door because, yeah. Anything else to show you? Okay, I'll show you the production room. I'll show you where Chris is. Some of you will be interested in that. So, players. We have to sneak down here because I can hear Scripe from here. They're raid leading and they're trying to kill this, but there he is. Look, it's Chris. There he is. That's Chris's. Oh, I was out of focus. I'm showing everybody the tour.
Yeah.
Yes, because I filmed it with no audio.
I just
What are you making today?
I uploaded some pickle boys, some hot dog boys, I should say.
Great. So you can see Chris has fit right in with what's going on here. And Mr. Rasmus is sharing an office with Chris. Very cool. And then over here's team production. Say hi.
Hello.
I did the first day recording and didn't turn the mic on. I know. Classic.
Classic.
the casting's in there. That's where we go later, in about half an hour. So, now you know. Stop asking me how we live at the Race to World First. It's like this. It's very simple. I get in first usually because I'm an early riser, so I get here 4:45, 5 a.m. I work out, the guys turn up, we have a chat, I go back to the hotel, I shower, and then I come and stream, and then we cast, and then we hang out in here. That's it.